Hey everyone, it's Sean with Bay Area Nerf here. So you're probably wondering why you're seeing my face instead of just getting the audio with everyone else like we normally do. We decided to start doing a new segment on the show where we have more one-on-one discussions and do shorter videos for you guys. It's more bite-sized chunks, so it's a little bit easier to digest. It's not going to be huge hour-and-a-half long segments. So expect more short videos from us in the future. The focus of these videos that I'm going to be doing is going to be on Nerf wars and how to organize them, how to get them together, how to bring in people, how to run them, just get everything in order so you guys out there know what you're doing and it's less confusing. I figured today I'd start off with one of the bigger problems I notice a lot of people have out there, and it's getting attendance up for your Nerf wars. There are a lot of people who are interested in Nerf. It's a growing hobby. You can see on websites, forums, college campuses, it's constantly growing. So you're probably asking yourself, how do I capture this business? How do I get these people to come to my Nerf wars? There are a couple tips and tricks that worked really well for Josh and me when we first got started, and I figured I'd share them with you guys. First off, you're going to want to reach out to the communities that you have available to you online. So what that means is there's a lot of online communities like Nerf Haven, Nerf Revolution, even the Nerf subreddit on Reddit. Of course, it's going to be the subreddit on Reddit. It's not going to be a Reddit subreddit anywhere else. Those are good places to go. Look to them first just to see who's organizing games, who's playing in your area. If there's nobody playing, it can be kind of hard to figure out who's into Nerf around there. But hey, create a topic, create a thread, get it started. There are people there who are probably anxiously wanting to play. Be the first, take initiative and go out there and give it a shot. The worst thing that happens is you get no responses. Oh well. That's why I'm going to give you more trips down tip lane. Pretty good. Okay. Anywho, there's going to be more tips later in the video. That's the point I want to share with you guys. So, online sub-communities are a great place to go to start rallying interest, gauging interest, see who's interested in actually playing in a Nerf war. Another great place is going to be social media. You can go on to Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter. You can find communities online as well that will show you members, show you how many people are actively involved in a group. There are websites like Meetup as well where you can find communities that are interested in Nerf. There's a bunch of different ways to play Nerf, so I'll leave it to you guys to figure out how you want to run your wars. There's definitely communities out there that are interested in Nerf, so it's worth it to go after them as well. That said, don't be discouraged when you find people who aren't interested in coming to your wars. I remember when Josh and I first got started out, we started going to games up into the North Bay of California, and we noticed that a lot of people who played HVZ, Humans vs. Zombies, for anyone out there who doesn't know that term but is somehow listening to me talk right now, I don't know how you got here, but congratulations, you made it. With that said, a lot of HVZ players aren't into traditional Nerf wars where you're having modified blasters or even stock blasters. They're there to run, play, and chase and play zombie games. It doesn't matter that you have a fun war that also involves Nerf, it might not be their cup of tea. That said, don't be discouraged if they say no, but at the same time, there is a lot of interest in those types of groups to keep playing more and more Nerf. They're starved for it, go for it. Like I said, websites like meetup.com are great for that. You can search Facebook groups in the area to see what groups have locally organized, as well as just seeing how big attendance are. Those websites will actually show you the members. I encourage you to go to those games and experience them firsthand, get a feel for how games are in your area and what players want and what they don't want. If you notice that there's a niche that's being unfulfilled that you think people would be more interested in, you can gear it towards that, so maybe you'll get your attendance up that way. But I would say overall, do the war you want to do. You don't have to change a thing, baby. I love you just the way you are. That's a great way to find players who will be interested in your wars. That said, don't be a jerk. Once you start getting these players coming to your wars, don't try and cannibalize the groups or steal them away from other groups. Make it a community thing. Make friends with the event organizers. They'll often have tips and tricks for you as well, what works in their area and what doesn't. The goal is to grow the community and get more people playing in Nerf wars, not to have your war be the best or better than anyone else's, or lay siege upon the other parties. Nah, this is about creating a community in your area and growing that organically. The final tip I have for you guys today, which I would say is probably the best tip, is word of mouth. So you have friends. Hopefully you have friends. I'm your friend. Come here. You need a hug? Come here. It's okay. I feel your pain. You have friends out there who might be interested in Nerf. What worked really well for me is giving everyone a free taste. That's what Josh did when we first went to a Nerf war. He picked out a blaster for me to use. I loved it and got hooked. As more and more of my friends, I talked to them about how fun Nerf was, I would lend them my blaster, say, hey, try it out, prime this Alpha Trooper, fire this Strife, check out how long this Vortex line disc fires. Usually just by the first taste of firing a Nerf gun is enough to hook someone in and be like, I want to play more of these. You can even start with little mini wars in your house, just have them shoot you and realize how fun it is to just chase after each other and be playing. At that point, hopefully they're hooked. If you go to a Nerf war or you have a Nerf war you organize, invite them along to it. See if they have any friends that want to come along as well, because usually, like I said, like-minded people like to hang out. If you can get your friends interested, they can get their friends interested, and it's a chain reaction. I've met so many awesome people at our games just because they're friends of friends who are also interested in Nerf. It's really amazing how many people I've met and all the awesome people that I've met through Nerf, and I love it. It's great. It's so exciting. And those friendships wouldn't be there without Nerf. So reach out to your friends. Don't force them by any means. Don't like grab their arms like, come on, we're gonna play Nerf. Gonna have fun. No, that's not what it's about. It's about bringing a fun experience and having other people enjoy it and being enthusiastic about it as well. If you have friends that aren't interested in Nerf, you can't make them be interested, and that's kind of rough. I was lucky here in the Bay Area. I had a lot of friends who were already interested in Nerf, but I was able to win over a lot of people who have other hobbies that Nerf tied into really well. So if you have people who like to exercise, people who like to run, jump, be athletic, Nerf is an excellent outlet to do that. It's fun, it's different than just being on a treadmill or running a trail. It's very dynamic and great for people who love exercise. It works for people who like first-person shooters or video games. A lot of the rules line up well for those people as well. All you have to do is make it sound like something they are already doing, but slightly different. You can win them over by doing the bait and switch. If you have a friend who likes Call of Duty, say, hey, how would you like to play Team Deathmatch or Capture a Flag in real life and not have it hurt? Nerf is your answer. All it costs you is a $20 blaster to start as opposed to a $60 game, and you don't have to worry about playing against millions of people who have lots of practice with these games. Usually it is a small community you start off with and you see it grow. Our first games were about 10 players and then they've grown to 3 times that size. I consider that a bigger war, and that's awesome to see that many people coming, but they start small and grow out because they have fun, and other friends will say it's like video games, it's exercise, it's tag, it's whatever you think will bring people in. I'm not saying to lie or misrepresent yourself in any sort of fashion. I'm just be able to argue effectively, be able to enchant people, be able to entice them, be suave, be debonair. That is the best advice I can give you right there on how to find people. That said, what has worked for you? If you host a Nerf war, how did you drive attendance? How did you get people to start coming to your wars? What tips and tricks work really well for you? If there's anything you'd like me to bring up on the next video that you want me to cover about what I do when I organize our Nerf wars here in the Bay Area, how Josh and I handle the burn events, send us messages on Facebook. We have email addresses as well, bayareanerf.com. Send us your questions about specific issues you want addressed. I'll handle them here in short bits instead of the longer podcasts. So if you want just more specific one-on-one time, just let me know. That said, this is Sean from Bay Area Nerf. Happy tagging!